everyone. Welcome to Unplugged and Uplifted. I'm your host, Adriel Pwajok. Now, on this episode, I interviewed an amazing guest. He is an alternative pop and R&B artist who goes by the name Heismontel. We had an amazing conversation about the music industry, his journey, and what it means for him to be an alternative pop artist in Nigeria. Be sure to check out He's Montel's music on all streaming platforms and to check out his social media. That is at He's Montel on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Tik. And also be sure to check out all his social media handles at He's Montel across all social media platforms. Well, that's it for me. Enjoy the episode. Basically, I'm just going to start with how did you start? Where did this all come from, basically? To anybody that's watching that doesn't know who you are, could you explain to them what you're about and give them that introduction to who you are exactly?
Okay. So let me just get to it. Where did it start from? As in music or pop?
Yeah, music. Like it could be when you had the idea to start music or that kind of stuff on a professional level.
Well, music, I can remember even singing since I would say 2011, 2012. I remember when we had a visitor and I and my sister were singing. We were like, no, don't sing to your best. Don't sing to your best. Don't let them know you have a nice voice, kind of thing. As little kids. And I think that was before 2013. So I've been singing for quite some time, but I really wasn't on the singing part of things. It was my sister who was the singer in the house. So things just changed and the whole thing moved to me for some reason. So I remember I started watching YouTubes and all in, let's say, 2018, singing all these vocal exercises and all, 2018. And I started playing the guitar in 2020. Yeah, that was during the lockdown or during that period, I remember. And other instruments too. So while in school, while in secondary school, I was just doing music. It's just something I liked doing. I'll take my guitar out to school, just sing with my classmates and schoolmates. Those break times and all. And if we had any maybe school events or something, I'd do a special presentation or something like that. And so when I decided to take music professionally was when I finished school. I think that was 2022 into 2023. I'm not so certain. Yeah, should be. So that was when I decided to take it professional, go that extra mile and actually become an artist. And I think that was when I started posting on TikTok. On Facebook, Facebook. I started on Facebook and then I think I moved to TikTok and then Instagram and then went back to Facebook. So I started and I have this friend, Freddie Nova, right? He's also an artist here on TikTok. You might know him. And I didn't know him because of music. I knew his brother, and through his brother I got to know him, right? So when you go to his house and Freddie was there, maybe singing, playing the guitar, playing the keyboard, and doing one or two things, I'd just join in as someone who is into music. You understand? So I could say that he also gave me that extra push because I think. He also gave me that extra push, also seeing that, this is someone I know and he's doing something nice, and why can't I? I mean, instead of just doing it for the leisure and everything, I could do it. And I actually love doing music, so I have more reasons to do music. So that's when I also decided to. And then I went to a studio. It was a pretty big studio. As of then, the man, his charge was about 500,000 for a session. It's not even now. So right now he should be pretty big. So I just don't know how I manned up. In that state, this is not me right now. This is not the person you're seeing. If it's me in this state, I could say yes, I could meet him, and I have something to offer. And at least I have experience. But as of then, what did I know? I didn't know anything. I didn't even know how to produce. I didn't record nothing. And when I went there, he met me and he was like, okay, let me see your TikTok. And then there was one cover I did on TikTok, right? He listened to it and I was like, okay, you have a nice voice, this and that. I'd help you record a song. So he was like, I should just get a beat. That he's not a producer, he just records and all. So then he told me to go on YouTube, and I went on YouTube and got a beat. That was when I got one of my first songs. I just one day on my own, I just one day cruise around. No use me, they play something like that. And I went to Freddie's house with his brother. Freddie wasn't around that day, and I did a video. I can always go back to that video. I think it's still on my TikTok here. Well, I know I have it. So I got it, and I post maybe after this live on my story, maybe so that you guys can like go back and check it. So I did that video. Then I went back to him. I was like, okay, I now have a song. You're meant to record me, or you promised to. And funny thing is, till today I have not seen that. Till today I haven't seen him again. So I feel I believe he came into my life for a purpose, which was to give me that push. Just say, we'll go to YouTube, because me, I didn't know what to do. I just knew that I wanted to sing, I wanted to do music, but I didn't know how to start or what to do. So I went to YouTube, and that was how I started. And then I can't remember exactly the timing, but after a while, I and Freddie did a song. That was when I started. Recording and producing for myself. I was at Freddie's house, right, and they were playing ball, because he plays ball, right? So they were playing ball, and I was like, the kind of person he is, if he hears something that he likes, he can leave whatever he's doing to like. So I connected to the speaker. I was trying to play some nice melodies, something I know that he would be interested in, and he actually caught his attention. I don't know. We've not uploaded the song yet, but we will this year. That was like since 2023, so it's been quite some time. The name of the song is Montero. So we recorded, I think, that night. On my own, to the way you move, I don't dare lose control. To the way you groove, I'm lost inside your eyes. Can't bear to see you cry. Whenever, girl, you smile, there's fire in my soul. Girl, you waiting for you, I tell you. Wine for me when I see the core. That was the song, and we did it and recorded, and that's just how the journey has been. And then after that, I had a couple of songs that I recorded personally, and that's how I'm here basically. And I remember one time too, I was going to the streets, like, I'd just be in my house and maybe playing guitar or something, and I had the thought come. I was like, why not just go out to the streets and play instead of just playing in your bedroom? I mean, being out there, you can meet people, and you would find like minds. That's what I did. So instead of me playing guitar in my room, I just go out every evening to like strategic places to like play. And one of those days, that was how I met my manager while I was coming back. So I met him, and he has the studio, and he had everything already set up, and the distribution aspect of things. So it was I think December or January. That was when I released my first song, which is Intentions, a collaboration between him and another artist, Subi. That was 2024, I think. Yeah, 2024. December or so, I don't know. And after that was Smiley and Friday, seven things before Friday, or Friday before 7 things, and that's basically how the journey has been.
That's a crazy story. I ain't gonna lie. That was actually a mad story. So next thing I want to ask you is, what would you describe your genre of music to be? Because you're actually quite versatile from what I've heard and everything. Not quite actually. You are versatile because you sound like somebody that can hop on anything, but there's a specific style that is particular to you. So could you just explain what your genre is or what your specific style is when it comes to music?
Okay, I would say I have. It's more like you want to be a a a pilot, but you're in the class of art. Maybe you're in an art class, but you want to be a pilot. So there's something in my mind, but I'm in a wrong place, or I don't know how to put it. Sometimes I want to do some things, but I don't know how to go about it, or I don't know how to produce that sound. So it's just like an artist who wants to be a pilot. Maybe he ends up drawing aviation things and planes instead of flying them. That's the best way I can describe what I do. I love pop songs. I love slow songs. I love R&B. I do. But sometimes when I decide to make those sounds, it doesn't come out as I expected it to come out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
those sounds I want to replicate doesn't come out that way. So I just have to work with what I have to work with, and that's why maybe sometimes you'd say I'm versatile because this is what I want to do. But
You never really connect
exactly
that kind. Yeah, I
I
get
also
you.
believe something limiting me is production quality. Sometimes when you hear a certain beat or thing, there's something that clicks. You don't have to.
Varsity.
You
Yeah.
don't even have to write lyrics for some certain things. Once you hear some certain sounds, you already know what to sing on it. So I believe that if I actually have the production I'm looking for, I could say my sounds and all can be compared to big pop stars. I'm also still experimenting though, so I wouldn't really say, but all I can say is sorry, hold on 1 minute.
Yeah, no props.
Yeah, so I could say pop songs and just anything in that direction. Something popular to the Americans. I'll just classify it as that. Anything popular to the Americans. It might be R&B, also popular to them. It might be what the disco, kind of disco. Like Last Words is a perfect example of mixing different things. I got the beats. I got it inspired. The song that inspired the beats is one of Billie Eilish's songs. I don't know. I think it's Bad Guy. Yes, I'm the bad guy.
That
Listen
guy,
to it.
yeah. That groove. That.
You just listen to it, but it's slower. And if you mute the drums, it sounds different. If you mute the drums,
Okay, like
you see the kick,
completely.
it sounds exactly. So it's also giving this disco vibe. So anything popular to the Americans.
Okay. So you'd say basically, us in Nigeria, anybody that does anything outside of, the normal Afrobeats,
Yes.
you just quickly shift him inside Ote, that kind of thing, like life no hard, that kind of stuff. Now, so I feel you, especially when you said things like sometimes you have like an idea in your head and then you're trying to replicate it and then it doesn't really come out, but then it's not really bad, but then it's not up to what you're expecting either. So
Yeah.
it's like this. Yeah, so I actually really, really understand you. But okay, you were talking about American style of music and all that kind of stuff. what would you say are your biggest inspirations, or the people that you know
I look
you
up to.
would, yeah, you look up to basically, or people you love to collaborate if you get to that level, that kind of thing?
Okay. First of all, I have a role model, Anson Siebra. Um, he's not really popular per se, but I believe he has had some songs that people would know. If you check them out, you could maybe I've heard the song before. So Anson Siebra is one, The Weeknd is another, and I'd say Charlie Puth too. These three persons are people I listen to, I follow back to back. I think the most active of them all is Charlie Puth because he's always posting, he's always on
Yeah,
interviews, he's always
on. Yeah, he's always
so
posting.
I see him very, very often. I watch his videos regularly. But the person I'm really following is Anson Sebra.
Is there anything in particular like you like about him, or it's just his whole personality or the whole package you are just drawn to, or is there one thing?
You know when you just actually like someone, you might not have an
You
actual
already,
reason to- Exactly. So I believe if you are to compare him and the other two, you can't compare him to these two. So it's not about who's better or who has more quality or who has more fun or something. Yeah, I just find myself being attracted to this person and his sound and all. I also think his strategies is what has caught my attention because I believe he's more popular to the Asians or to the Europeans than to the Americans. His own base. He goes there to hold events and shows and tours more often than he does in US and other countries. So
Basically, all right. So, you're an independent artist, obviously, and
yeah,
you mentioned earlier that because of where you are, there are some certain things you're not quite sure if because I can relate to that a lot, especially when you want to create something and then you now have a thought of, oh, can Nigerians relate to this kind of thing, like that kind of stuff? Not like as if you are talking
Yeah.
down on the audience, but like we said, it's not the normal stuff that they are used to. So how do you deal with? Because I'm very sure you've heard people, like for example, now maybe your friends or something, they'll hear your
Yeah.
songs and they'll be like, "Oh my guy, just switch to Afrobeats," that kind of stuff, or you've heard that kind of quotes before. So how do you deal with that kind of like, feeling like you are the odd one out, for lack of a better term, that kind of thing? Because
Black
I genuinely feel like that too a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just projecting here. I genuinely feel like that too a lot because especially when I'm making like trap music and all that. Even though Nigerians, I know there are some Nigerians, but then you're like, do they really get it? That kind of stuff. So yeah, basically, how do you deal with all of that, or what's the thing that keeps you, keep it to you?
The thing is, from day one, I never liked Afrobeats. I'm saying this even before I
That's a wild statement.
I'm
Some
saying
people, oh, well, that's a dangerous statement, but yeah, go on.
it's the truth though. I remember years ago, right, when my siblings used to do, when all these MTV bass, trap, what do they call it? Those music channels that they show music, those places that when you want to listen to songs, you tune into this channel, to listen to a song. Jay-Z, all of them.
Rihanna, the rest.
When my siblings, right, my elder siblings, did put those channels, and those were like Nigerian based or African based channels. So the only thing you're going to be hearing from those channels are Davido, Whiskey, Tiwa Savage, The Band, these people that they used to reign then. So I never liked it, to be honest. If I would go deep, I went as far as telling a guardian to like they should block those channels from being shown on our on our decoder. I went that far. So I never really liked it. I don't know. I would say the person that even like really made me to have a touch of Afrobeat is Freddie, right? He actually told me the same thing. It was like, if you want to start, you should give the people what they want, right? Give them what they want. Just as Rema has come up with, girl wine for me, oh do me this, and then now he has shown us his true colors.
Yeah, his real colors.
Ozeba. So I think that's what he was saying, and I could do that too, but I don't have time to be who I'm not. It takes a lot of energy to be someone you're not. You know that on a normal day you don't dress corporate and then you're dressing corporate to please people. You're going to end up fucking yourself up along the line. People want to see a personality. They don't want to see multi faces and today you're doing this today. What do you even do? Kind of what do you even do? Who are you, or what do we know you for? But now everybody knows Adriel for trap. But then tomorrow if you come out and do Afrobeat, like this guy, you're you understand? So me personally, I'm working on going or getting the name, if possible, Africa's first pop pure artist. It's a space that I've seen that is empty, and for the past not even few years, but in fact throughout the history of African music, I've barely seen anyone as big as Tyler, right? When it comes to actually making waves, she's the biggest in Africa. I think with about 40-something million monthly listeners on Spotify, and she's, I think, in top 90 in the world. So you can imagine the biggest in Africa being
top 90 over there.
So when you see these people come out and say I'm the biggest, I'm the 03, I'm 02, I'm 01, you're not big. You're not big.
So
people who are big don't have to say they are big. So I see myself competing with, not really competing, but being in the same space with people like Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber. Perfect example. Those persons are big, and I believe that Afrobeats can take me somewhere, but how far will it take me above Rema? I mean, Rema is big. Rema, Davido, and these three persons are big. So how far can it take me from them? And yes, they are not still in top 100. So I think
we're just shooting everybody.
I'm being honest. Even Tyler, the reason why she's there is because she has a lot of white audiences and all, and she's being strategic. That's why she won the Grammys. I mean, was nominated or whatever issues or whatever. So I believe that I want to be like Michael Jackson. The world looked at him and said, a black man doing a white man's music, he'd never go far. And today he's big. He died almost 20 years ago. I think 2029 to make it 20 years.
20 years, yeah.
Years now, 17 years ago when he died. And so today that guy is big. He's big. So I want to do something different, Yes, when it comes to Afrobeat, I do Afrobeats too. But like my major is what I do. Yeah.
I get you. Especially it's actually quite interesting hearing like your own perspective about what you really think about Afrobeats and all that kind of stuff. And I hear you because we like saying Nigeria to the world a lot of times, and Afrobeats has gone very far. That's exactly. We have passed. We're not even anywhere close, and then we have like passed. How do I say? This is not the first time people have said Nigeria to the world. They said it during Sonia this time. They said it during Fela's time. So it keeps on happening over and over again, and So I think it's something to look at, honestly, especially when you're talking about commercial artists and all of that. But I want to shift the focus now back to you. Um, so yeah, independent artist, you are doing your grind here on TikTok and all of that. What would you think, from your perspective, is some of the biggest issues you faced as an indie artist? Because let's not lie, you are a pop artist in Nigeria and then you are indie again. So that's like three different problems on their own. So it's actually quite interesting.
I'm glad this
Quite
is coming
interesting.
from a fellow Nigerian. You're also
Yeah.
here, so
Yeah. So I know the pain of being an indie artist, and I can relate a lot because being an indie artist is not as easy as most people see, because they will just say things like just make content, and then you'll be making content every day and you're seeing like 20 likes, 50 posts. I think there was a post I made one time that went super viral, and then I've not been able to replicate that kind of
yeah.
thing. Yeah, so how do you deal with stuff like that? How do you navigate towards it? Because you're trying to make a name for yourself, but then it can get really, really frustrating.
Okay. I think my biggest challenge right now, this is, I would say, both TikTok and Instagram and everything. First of all, I believe I've done things I believe can at least give me that boost, or okay, this went viral, this did this. I believe there are some things I would say, yes, this has, or it had it has what it takes to go far, but it didn't. So I think my biggest challenge is introducing something new to people. I think that's it, because it's something they are not used to, and they could have me at the back of their minds and be like, oh, there's this guy I know that does, he does pop songs, but they're not really interested, except for people who actually have interest in like pop songs. Nigerians like faking things. They like saying, oh, me, I listen to Billie Eilish, but you check
Yeah,
their top 5 artists on
that's
Spotify, you see
perfect.
Modu
And
Black,
they could go.
you see Choma Jesus, you see. So they like all those fake things,
We're not
like, yeah,
shitting
me,
on those artists.
I listen to Radiohead, I listen to Freddie Mercury, but they don't. So, except it's what people listen to, and maybe it's a topic, they're not going to participate. They're not going to come out and say, "Oh, have you guys seen this guy that does pop music in like Nigeria?" I bet you that's just it. That's just it. It's having people, or getting people acquainted with my sound and with my personality. It's how do I keep forcing it on them? How do I always be on their faces? How do I become relevant? And how do I make them accept me? Because anyhow, Nigerians are still my fan base, at least like 50%. So that's
Okay.
And then being an independent artist is challenging, because you have to record yourself, you have to shoot a music video or do a couple of contents, you have to upload a song. There's a lot to it. You have to promote it by yourself. And this is aside you having a life to live. You might still be in school, you might be the one taking care of yourself, and nobody actually cares. They just want you to do it.
Show up.
Yeah, so they don't care, okay, this guy has things. They just expect that we expect you should make music. We expect you should do this. And you might also have other things going on, and other things you can use money to do. It's quite challenging, but I've been doing it and I'm seeing progress. It might not be as visible as I want it to be, but with time, and for the fact that I've done some things that, yes, I'm proud of this, and this actually went far. This got me this. This got me this. This made me know this person. It connected me to this person. I'll keep doing it till I meet that one person who, as well, changed my story, or
So basically, you're waiting for that Cinderella story, which is actually quite cool. It's actually quite cool because everybody is always like, there's always this. Sorry about that. There's always this one you just keep it at the back of your mind one day.
Yes, definitely.
Maybe
You can't
yeah,
go there without the help of someone. It's life.
yeah,
Someone
yeah.
has to.
You're saying something.
Yeah, someone has to give you that
Help
push. It
you.
might just be a repost, or maybe this person shared you to his story, and from there you're getting more opportunities. It might be, send me your song, send me your link, send this, do that, do this. It might just be one call, it might be one meetup, just one thing. It's just a person. It's not two persons. It's just a person. So yeah, we'll keep looking forward to that moment.
Definitely. I have a strong feeling that it can happen very well for you because I really do believe in what you are doing and your sound and all that kind of stuff. Because I remember after how did we? Yeah, I saw your page and I was like, this guy is giving. I don't know. The first person that came to my mind, even though I know you guys, your music is actually very different, but it's kind of in the same lane of alternative pop or whatever you want to call it. First person that came to my mind was Frank Ocean. Let me not lie.
Okay.
Let me not lie. That was the first person that came to my mind. I was like, this guy is reminding me of. I don't know whether it was the melody or something, but yeah. So basically, we've learned about you. We've learned about what your struggles are. Could you say what your biggest fear is? Because you can't or you don't have any fears because that's actually possible. So is there anything you've had at the back of your mind, like, or more? What if this doesn't work? That kind of stuff. But then there are some people I've met, and they're like, they've never had that thought cross their mind. So how's that happened to you, and how do you deal with it if it has?
Well, it's. I would say I have a fear because if truly I'm confident in what I'm doing, I shouldn't be scared of the result, right? I shouldn't be scared of the result. I should just be expecting a result, which is what I'm doing. But if I would say my biggest fear is, when you think about all the effort you've put in, the resources, the time, the sacrifices, most especially, that has been put in to music, and then at the end of the day, I'd feel discouraged, or it won't just work out. I think I would say time is my biggest fear. This is something I'm doing for the now, because I know that I have a bright future ahead of me, right? I have a wonderful future ahead of me. The main reason I'm doing music, in fact, that's what really prompted me. I told you earlier that I wasn't really the one doing music. The thing that really pushed me into music was, how can I do something big within like 5 years? Something that could really take my name, without a capital, without this music. So that's the fear. The fear is, at the end of the day, that thing I had in mind, this is what can give me what I want, won't actually give me what I want. So the fear is, how long do I have to wait to get the results? Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty fair because everybody has. I think most people I've met, they've also had the same fear. So yeah, all right. I think we've basically asked everything that I would like to ask. So what would be the song that you'd recommend to somebody trying to get into your music and trying to understand what you're about? What's the song that you have made that you're like, if this person listens to the song, they will understand everything? I'm not saying it has to be perfect though, but like a song that best describes you and gives somebody the best introduction of you.
Okay. So I would say Smiley, because I've seen the results. It has been tested, but like of recent, if I'm telling someone about my song, I'm also putting last words into it. I think I would have to look at how the audience reacts to last word, and how people they be like, oh, I like Friday better than Smiley, but then Friday is nowhere close to Smiley in terms of streams. So why you guys, are you lying to me or?
It's not correlating.
Yes, it's not. I don't understand. A lot of persons have said that. A lot of persons have. But then I'm seeing the opposite, and I'm like, what's happening here? So I think I would have to see the audience, how they react and how they, vibe to last words first. But as for now, I'd say Smiley.
Okay, so that's basically your introduction. People that I think it happens like that because of maybe your best song. At the end of the day, I always feel like your best song that you have personally done could end up being the one that is probably something people don't even go back to, like that kind of stuff. So I feel that happens, but at the same time, the song that gets a lot of reactions will just end up being the song that you did not pay attention to like that. You were just let me just put this out, and then you now see people like it, and you're like, oh, y'all like this, okay, let's roll with this and that kind of stuff. Because you really don't know what the audience wants at the end of the day. Like, you can't read their minds, so you don't know what will fly. You're not in control of what will fly and what will not fly. So I think your job is just to put out the music. But anyways, it's been an incredible conversation. I think we've been talking for the past 20 minutes or so. I'm not sure. Maybe longer, maybe shorter than that. Yeah. Thank you.
For, 39 minutes actually.
That's crazy. Do you know I did not even feel... My mind was 15. My mind was 50. I have to do at least 15 or something like that. But anyways, though, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for joining this live. And I'm glad I had this conversation with you. And I got to understand what exactly you are all about. So, yeah. Oh, crap. We got NMK in the chat. No be lie. We got NMK in the chat. What's good? Oh, man. Thank you so much. So yeah, I would love to have another conversation with you sometime. Maybe the next time is going to be when you have your 100k streams, and we'll be like, yo, I was there. yeah. But like you said, all it takes is just one day. All it takes is just one day for everything to change, man. So thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, and thank you to everyone that has joined the live so far. 3 people stayed. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't expect anybody to stay more. We thank God. Well, yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.